Well, yesterday when I finished that video, you know, I kind of went out and just made those calls, and then I had to do a bunch of stuff for the 2 deliveries that I have going out this morning. And, you know, making those phone calls wasn't fun. You know, I truly want to help my customers get into the vehicle they want in a nice, easy experience. And it's hard for us as salespeople, or it's hard for me, when I don't have actual answers to tell people. You know, so obviously, you know, you can't get product, there's not a lot out there. So the next best thing is we'll get online and get a factory order in the system, and you know, you do all that sort of stuff, and you're kind of estimating time frames, and people are waiting a couple months, and it's, you know, it's much longer than we're used to as far as you know, as far as these wait times. And then what seems to happen is all of a sudden another stumbling block comes across, and now it delays it even further. And that's what those phone calls were all about, you know. So I left a couple of messages. I haven't gotten to all of them. You know, I was able to actually speak with them. The ones I did speak with, you know, the 2 gentlemen really don't know what to do. You know, it's like, how do I get a vehicle? You know, how long am I gonna have to wait? You know, and you just don't have the answers and what to tell them. One other gentleman did decide to go with one that we have inbound, because they did still build LT models, and we were able to order them with just the sunroof and just the 20-inch wheels. Now you're losing a whole bunch of equipment there, because you can't get the luxury package and the signature package, which they did in fact order. So you know, you're losing like the surround vision camera, you're losing the front and rear park sensors, you're losing the lane keep assist with lane departure warning. Like anything that you can think in the vehicle that would have some form of a chip is not in the vehicle, because I guess they don't have the chips. So they can still build the cars with very little electronic equipment. So you know, you lose memory package, you lose power folding second row seats, you lose power tilting telescopic steering wheel. You know, a lot of these things you're not gonna be able to get in a vehicle until 2022. But this customer decided, like, we really need this vehicle for the size, we can do without the extra equipment, so let's go with one of the ones that you have inbound. And luckily I have one that's the exact same color they were looking for, it just again has less equipment in it. So we did keep that one together, which is nice. The other ones, you know, we'll see what people want to do. If they want us to refund deposits, we're fine with that. If they want to wait it out for the 2022s, then they're, you know, they're first on the list. And that's really all we can do. You know, all we can do is give them the information that we know, and hopefully they understand that a lot of the information given to us is estimates, and it's not actual, you know, definitive time frames, because that's sort of what's been happening, and that's the questions that are so hard to answer. It's like, when can I get a truck? And the answer is there's nothing out there. Like, we can't, you know, and it's very hard for a salesperson to say no. Good morning. This is the first vehicle I have going out today at 9:30 in the morning. It's the Chevy Traverse we talked about yesterday. Now what we did was we actually drove it with their service department, and they did find that in fact one of the wheels was out of balance, so we got that corrected. Now I drove it personally, it drives fine, it tracks straight, there's no more wobble in the wheel. So what I'll do when my customer shows up is we'll let them drive it, let them experience it again, make sure they understand and they see that it's fixed and they're happy with it, and at that point sign up the papers and they'll take delivery. I'm certain that they'll be very happy with this vehicle, and it's certified and all, so they have a lot of warranty that comes with it. It's just a great buy, good vehicle. The second vehicle I'm delivering at 10:30 is this Chevrolet Trail Boss. This one, which I may have mentioned, I don't remember, is a guy from New York that found it online. He was waiting for a dealership, when he ordered at a dealership, to come in. It was taking forever. So he got on the phone and you know, decided to try to find one. he found this one that was available. Let me just lower the volume there. Now, what we were doing in situations like we're in is, you know, you got to get kind of creative, right? Because the vehicles are limited right now. Vehicles are limited right now, so you know, you kind of got to take what you can get and what's out there. And one thing that this gentleman wanted was leather interior. The truck we had coming in had a cloth interior. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do kind of like a before and after, but unfortunately I forgot to film the before, you know, the cloth interior before we sent it out to get it done. I wasn't too concerned at the time because we had a duplicate truck here that another customer had purchased. I figured, well, I'll have them side by side. That'll be even better. I'll have one with cloth, one with leather. By the time this one came back, that one was delivered. It was already gone. But I want to show you the leather interior because it came out fantastic. So as you can see here, you know, we have full leather interior with perforations in the leather, and it also has stitching that matches the factory stitching on like the center console here and on the dashboard. You know, you have the same type of stitching, so it just looks like it belongs there. It looks like it's actually part of the vehicle from factory, you know, which is really great. And then when you look in the back here, you'll notice same thing. You know, all the same stitching, the same perforations, all the compartments, everything is completely wrapped in leather. You know, so it looks factory. You know, it looks exactly as it should. Seats still function, of course, the same ways. Has the pockets on the back, just like it would from factory. It's just a really nice job, and it's a nice way to maybe spend a little less on a vehicle, but get something that you want. We charge $1,500 for this leather interior, the way it's equipped. And, you know, in my opinion, it's worth it. You know, you get a vehicle you like, and you can equip it the way you like. At our store, we actually do leases through GM Financial, through Ally, or through US Bank. So if I get a customer with a lease return from one of those banks, I can actually take it in here. So the gentleman that just picked up the Silverado Trail Boss actually had this Land Rover Discovery leased through US Bank. So we processed the return here. We would never buy this. We just send it back to you know, to the bank. But it gives me an opportunity to actually check out like a non-GM vehicle and kind of just see what the competition offers. Even though Land Rover is not really competition of ours, just a cool vehicle to check out. That's pretty cool. The shifter, did you see that? Little luxury features, right? The little things that make you get excited. Pretty nice layout, nice wide screen. Looks like it's all touch, which makes it easy. I always like when it's a touchscreen radio. Got nav, you got your heated seat buttons and stuff on here. Has paddle shifters on the wheel for spirited driving. A bunch of different drive modes. So whether you're driving in snow, pine trees, cactus, or over rocks, you have all different kinds of modes there, which is pretty cool. 2 sunroofs, one in the front, big one in the back. I'm gonna go check that out. This is weird, it's kind of all the way in the back. So it's not really for second row passengers. Does this have a third row? How do you open the door? This is actually pretty cool. You can raise and lower the vehicle right here. I guess so if you're loading things in, it'll make it a little bit easier. It's a nice feature to have. No third row. So this has a sunroof in the back here, which really just provides light because nobody would actually be able to see through it because there's no seat. Lift that back up. We're gonna park this at our other parking lot, just where the bank can pick it up, get to test drive it and kind of see what I think on the short trip around the block. It's got real nice visibility. The dashboard is kind of set low, and my eye height is about here. And as you can see, you can even see like the hood line where the hood ends. So you have a real nice view out the front windshield. Let's see what kind of power she's got. Yeah, it's got power. We had one of these in the past. I took it in on trade, so we were selling it as a used car. And one of the things I noticed is the back seats were very rattly. Same thing here. As I'm going over those little bumps, all you hear is those headrests kind of rattling around. I guess whatever little plastic connection pieces are there or so. Maybe like the interior moldings, things like that, are a little rattly. There's not too many miles on this, 32,730. It'll end up for sale somewhere. I often wonder where vehicles end up when they're brought back and they're lease returns, right? So the bank sells it at auction. Someone, maybe a dealer, a used car dealer, new car dealer, whatever, buys it from auction and then it gets shipped to their location. And I often wonder where things end up. With our last blue Volt that I had, I ended up doing a VIN search just to see, a Google search of the VIN number, curious to see where it was. It was actually at a used car dealer in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where it ended up after I returned the lease here to my dealer, obviously where I work, here in New Jersey.
GC sales office, GC sales office.
I'm happy to report that one of my Suburban orders that's getting pushed to 2022 model year, that customer is actually going to purchase this 2018 certified pre-owned Suburban that I have to kind of hold him over until he can get a new one, whenever that is. So maybe a year from now or something like that, when they're more readily available. He'll then order one or pick one up at a dealer. But in the meantime, he'll have something of the size he needs to drive around. And guys, thank you very much for the support on the channel. I really appreciate it. All the likes and the comments and the interaction we're having back and forth. It's really pretty cool. I really enjoy it. And I'll keep making videos. I'm gonna try to get a little more frequent with the videos. I've just been working on some other things because when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I wanted to kind of do something for myself, just to kind of remember it. Because listen, it's one of the milestones you hit. 10,000, it's a lot and it's not a lot. So I've said that before in previous videos, but I'm excited about it. I'm about 400 or so away. And when that day comes, I'm gonna put my website, Dave B Sells Chevy, DaveBSellsChevy.com. I'm gonna put that live, and I'm gonna have a couple things offered there. Maybe you want to pick up yourself an air freshener or a keychain or something like that. I'm gonna have a very limited number of 10,000 subscriber shirts. So if it's something you might be interested in, you want to support the channel, you want to be part of the crew and represent the crew, go to the link down below, DaveBSellsChevy.com, and you can sign up. You drop your email in there. This way, when it goes live, you'll be notified when it does. Right now, I'm still working on the website itself and figuring out shipping costs, and it's all stuff that's completely new to me. But it's a lot of time on the computer, and it's a lot of fun, and it's just something that's been fun to do, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.